How you doing, everybody? It's been a long time again since I've done another video. My health has not been the greatest, but I'm still plugging it along and trying to get some things done. This bike here, the owner is John Mansdeath. John talked to me last year about some oil consumption that he was having with his new bike. This is his touring bike. He's got a hot rod wide glide I built for him a couple years ago. But anyway, John was concerned about the oil consumption, so he brought it to the dealer. You know, they did the regular thing, fill it up with oil and go for, go put some miles on it and come back and see where you are, see how much oil it's burned. So he did that at one of the dealerships here in Alberta, and they said he was still within tolerance and more or less sent him on his way. So they topped him up with oil and away he goes. So he wasn't very happy with the results from that, so he went to another dealership and bitched and complained, and like he should. Bike's pretty fucking well much brand new and it's using oil. So the second dealership basically took the motor apart, and they said that they found a bad cylinder and a bad piston, and that's what was replaced. So they called him up and told him to come and get his bike. It was covered under warranty. So John picks up his bike, goes for a ride, seems okay, plans a small trip with it, takes off. It's using oil just as much as the fucking first time. So even though the bike is under warranty, he's fed up, and being that I've done some other work for him, he fuck, just fix it, Lindsay. Do whatever you got to do and just fix it. I said, all right. So I got the bike in here, and it's been here for a few months, but finally getting around to doing it and finishing it actually. We did a compression test on it, did a leak down test on it, and both cylinders to me seemed kind of low. So I pulled it apart, and knowing inside that they said, one of the dealerships said that they had replaced the piston. No, I'll show you pictures of the pistons that came out of this thing, and that wasn't done. It looks like they re-ringed it and put it back together and sent him on his way. If they did that. That's what it looks like anyway. But I talked to John about it, and I said, I could, bore it 10 over, make the cylinders straight. You got to pay for boring time and labor anyway. Why don't we bump it from a 107 to a 114? You already were talking about porting the heads and putting a cam into it. Fuck, it's in the boring machine, let's just bore it out. So that's what we ended up doing. We made it from a 107 to a 114. The heads themselves got the whole shot massage. They had some oversized AV&V valves put in them, some kibble white springs with titanium retainers and locks. Throttle body's still stock. The header pipe itself is the Bassini True Dual. We got rid of that fucking catalytic converter that's just choking them all up and creating heat. So we got rid of that, and we threw a set of S&S lifters in it. And for a reason going by cam spec, I did not put a Screaming Eagle cam in this thing. He wanted a little bit more out of it. So I ended up going with an Andrews cam, actually an Andrews 464. So we'll see what this thing's gonna pull like on the dyno after I get it broken in. It's got a set of 4-inch Reinhardts on it, high flow air cleaner, and this one is gonna be Screaming Eagle Super Tuner. Up to 18, you can do the Milwaukee 8s, the 19s and on. I do not recommend the Screaming Eagle tuner unless you're still into the warranty thing. But if you want to get every ounce of power out of that bike, the Power Vision or the TTS tuner is the way to go. But anyway, this one's back together. I cranked it over a little earlier. just to get a little bit of warmth into it. But this one here is John Mansteth's first startup, my friend. That higher compression molly piston that's in there, it sounds a little bit more thumpier, and with the true duals it sounds a lot better. But like every time, old shop motors are quiet. Never had a tick. I still have to clean up his high flow air cleaner and re-oil it before I put it on the dyno and put a tune in it. Right now it still has whatever was in it, so we're gonna fix that up. But it was running quite rich, going by the carbon that was in it and the plugs, so give her a little bit of a snap. Pretty good. John, I hope you're happy with that, and if you're in the neighborhood, I know you want to pop in. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks.